Hello guys, and welcome to this video. I was thinking that today we could backtest my own system, and I will explain to you guys how my system works. We will touch just briefly on how my system works, and yeah, execute it in let's say, I don't know, gold. So first things first, I'm gonna do it like this. Then I'm gonna pick just a random date, just like this, somewhere here. And then I'm going to tell you guys which time frames I will be using. So in this video, I will be using only a hourly, a 6-minute, and a 1-minute. So hourly time frame, I use it as a context time frame, and a 6-minute as a validation, and a 1-minute as an intro time frame. So what I usually want to see on the hourly is strong movements, so strong candles, steady pause on either 5, 10, 20 or even 50 MA. I just want to see price, let's say if we are in a bullish market, I want to see price selling off to the EMAs very slowly. I will also explain to you guys how I see that. And yeah, a strong movement, strong candles, steady pause on the 5, 10, 20, 50 MA, and of course a bullish market. On the 6-minute, what I want to see is price move above supply line, and I will explain to you guys what I mean by that. Steady pause on the EMAs, and that's it. Entry on the entry time frame, when the 6-minute is gonna pause on the EMAs, we will see on the entry time frame that price is flashing to the 50 MA and sells down slowly. Buy stop whenever price reaches above EMAs. This is basically it. Very simple, but yeah. So let's see. So hourly is currently bullish, as you guys can see. We have a strong push to the upside, and we can definitely say that we want to look for buys. Current action right here is currently selling off, so there is nothing for me to do right now. So let's see what price does. I'm not interested in this price action. I think this sell-off is pretty dramatic, but yeah, I don't like it. So yeah, so here we have a pause. So what I usually want to see is price starts to deliver to the upside. So I see this as the first pause, and this is the second pause. So I usually want to see whenever price flashes down under the 50 MA, just like this, I usually want to see beginning of these kind of small pauses being created to the upside. So I will definitely look inside of this area on a 6-minute, just like that. I will draw my supply line, something like that. So if price can reach above this line with good momentum, I will simply just take it. Okay, so price flashes deeper here. So we can check the hourly to see if it's still valid. Price is selling off quite slowly, so this is definitely valid. We have created kind of a channel here on the hourly, or a supply line. So I want to see, okay, so we're just selling off, so there's nothing for me to do here. Let's see what price does. We keep on flashing, and this market starts to look like distribution here on the hourly. So nothing for me to do. So let's see what price does. So we're kind of going sideways, so I'm not interested. The only time I'm interested is when my money is just coming in such a way that it's very obvious that we want to go to the upside. So let's see if we can have that moment. So I'm not really interested here. This is just bad price action. And whoever trades this would probably lose a lot of money. Or who knows, maybe they have a good system that says that, or that allows them to trade this kind of action. Anyways, price is passing on the uprising 5 here, and we're passing again here. So we made it, kind of created a channel right here, and price came up in a good way here, money came in, and inside of this area right here is actually a good chance for you to trade. So price flushes here, as you can see, flushing to the 50 MA and sells down slowly, sells down pretty slowly here, creating kind of a channel to the upside. Buy stop whenever price reaches above the MAs. So whenever price reaches above this 10, 20 MA, I could simply just buy stop this, just like that, throw my stop there, and take it to the upside. We missed this opportunity right now, so we're gonna skip it for that reason. But let's see if another opportunity comes along. This is kind of, I usually want to see like these kind of setups inside of this range right here. So this is slightly above this range, so I'm not really super interested. So I will be waiting for a new base here to be created. Something like this, I think is good. Draw my supply line, wait for a good movement to the upside. Let's see. So we are selling down pretty slowly here, as you guys can see, with good momentum. Nothing for me to do here. We're just flashing below every single EMA right here. I want to see like price kind of catches right here and goes up, and then I buy stop this. But now we're just selling right through it. That's not something I want to see. So now I want to see price come up and pause just like that, but we sell off immediately. So let's see what price does. I'm not really interested. Let's check the hourly here. This can still look good. It's just kind of a deeper flush. Kind of gets wicky, I think, right here. So I'm not super interested. Let's check the range of the hourly. Okay, so we're kind of moving back and forth, but still kind of slow selling. So I will definitely look right here. Kind of wicky here, I think. So I'm gonna skip it and wait for a new price action. So let's see, I think this is a very good pass. So let's see. So we're just selling right through it, nothing for me to do. Yeah, we're just kind of chopping around right here. Like, yeah. Huge momentum to the upside right here, above the range. So I skip this range and wait for a pass. Just like that. Come slowly to the EMAs. Also, good thing pointing out is that I want to have a defined supply line. So I want, but that is also very subjective. But I kind of see a good supply line being something like this, like creating a channel, kind of. So nothing for me to do here. Nothing really for me to do here. You actually had a chance right here. But I was a little bit unsure about it, I skipped it. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my one setup that I have back tested, that I know I have an edge on. So I'm just sitting, I'm just sitting on the sidelines here and waiting patiently. So I will not touch this market unless my setup shows. Okay, so we're kind of like, I think the structure is still bullish here. Kind of went into a sideways market right here. But if we check other time frames, so let's say 10 hours, we are confirming that this structure is holding super nice, and this flush right here was probably just to reaccumulate orders to go even higher up. So the reason I'm using time frames is just to see basically the order flow, where most of the money is going to, what direction. So let's wait for a pause right here, something like this. Alright, so we have a channel here that I think is defined. Okay, so this can be interesting. So let's see a pause right here, if we can get that. So let's check the 1 minute here. Kind of strong selling, just below the 50 MA, and yeah, nothing for us to do. So I would like for this market to come up now and show me what it wants to do. Something like this, I think it's good. So draw your supply line, just like this. The supply line is not perfect, remember that. Let's see. Alright, so I would simply just buy stop this candle right there. We get tapped in, and now I will have my position. If whenever price reaches 1-to-1, I will simply just move my stop to break even. So I have no risk on the table. So break even. I have nothing to lose, or I have only upside potentially if we want to continue, and my first partial is gonna be at 1-to-5. Alright, so that's a break even. So we actually have another opportunity right here, just like that. Protect under this candle right there, 1-to-1. Perfect. So we move our stop loss to break even, nothing to lose. Check 1-to-5. So does this reach? I think it does. So that's a +5. Perfect. So now we're above this range right here. So I would simply just skip this. I will mark this for later so I can record this trade as well. So let's check the hourly. And that's a full close, by the way, 1-to-5. I feel like this is kind of choppy, so maybe a little bit harder for me to trade. So I would simply just wait for, I will check just the hourly here to see what the price does. So we kind of saw how it went right there, but I feel like these previous pushes to the upside is showing that high momentum is coming in, and this process is kind of choppy, but whenever we get above this kind of supply line, the market is showing a will to basically go higher up. So for that reason, I will check this. Price reaches above this supply line right there. We have kind of good momentum. This is very trash price action. So this can mean that I will take a few losses if I'm not being careful here. So let's see a pause if we can get that. Yeah, so we're simply just continuing to go up without us. That's perfectly fine. Not really interested to trade this. Let's see if it sets up. Okay, so this can be good. So we see this supply line right there. We're flushing down to the 50 MA. So let's see. Yeah. So now I will just wait for this process to get recreated. All right. So this can be good. Let's see. Yes, trash price action. Nothing for me to do. All right, so we're starting to move again, which is very good. So I kind of see this as a pause. Of course, market shows strength, and we're pausing on the uprising 50, 10, 20, 50 EMA. So let's see a little bit bigger pause right here, something like that. It's perfectly fine. So now we was way too quickly right here. So we had a defined supply line right there, and this market is pausing on the 50 MA. And you had simply a buy stop right there. Flushes down to the 50 MA, moves above the MAs. You're good to go. And that was a -1, and you would have taken this trade right there and protected under this low right there. Wait for your 1-to-1 to move this position to break even. Simply move your position to break even. Target 1-to-5. Doesn't tap us out, as you guys can see, because we buy stopped that candle right there. So does this reach 1-to-5? It does. So this is a perfectly valid trade. We will definitely record that to our sheets, but not in this video, because I missed it. So let's see. I think this is kind of good. We are still kind of in this range, slightly above, which is fine, I think. So this has definitely some potential to make a move. Coming down to the 50 MA, price is above the MAs right here. So I will simply just buy stop that. 1-to-1. Yeah, okay. And we will take a -1. Perfect. So now let's see if price can come a little bit above the MAs right here. Let's see if this candle. Okay, so this candle actually goes. So we'll protect under these candle lows right there. 1-to-1. Simply just move your stop loss to break even. Look for your 1-to-5. Reaches 1-to-5. Take a full close. So this is a little bit more above the range, so I'll simply just wait for another opportunity. Huge sell-off, which leads me to just stay on the sidelines. Okay, so we're just playing around in this area right there. Nothing for us to do. This is choppy in my book. Okay, so now, however, this is starting to look very, very good. Prices went sideways for a while, probably for the purpose of reaccumulating orders, and pausing here. So we have our first pause. So let's see if we can pause again. Okay, I think this is a valid pause. So I will just simply look here, draw my supply line, wait for a pause. This is very volatile, so I'm not super interested, or we have just this huge candle to the downside, but sure, I will take this buy stop, because like this candle just sold off right through this 50 MA, which I usually don't like to see, but when this candle closed right here, buying actually came in pretty strong as well, and actually held up right here. So I will definitely take this trade. I'm perfectly fine. So let's check our 1-to-1. So break even right now. So no risk on the table. Let's look for our 1-to-5. Simply a break even. So I will check on the 6 minute again right here. I think this price is holding up pretty nicely. So opportunity can definitely occur right here. So pausing on the 50 MA. Perfect. So we actually reached slightly above the EMAs right there. Look for your 1-to-1. So we move our stop or our position to break even and target 1-to-5. So now this is a break even. So when these things occur, when price simply just don't want to go, even though like we came straight back to this 50 MA. So now I will just ignore this price action because now it gets a little bit choppy for my liking. So I will just simply skip and wait for another area for me to trade. I think this is good. Supply line, just like that. A little bit choppy to the upside, but let's see what price does. Yeah, I don't like this. Alright, so we can definitely set up something right here. Let's see. Okay, so nothing. This has potential, but I'm not so used to see exactly this kind of action, so I will skip it. However, this is much better. Price is kind of going sideways here, and I will reaching above the supply line, so this is kind of more defined for me, or kind of look more like a channel to me. So I will look at 6 minute, and very fast we'll see that this huge bullish wick, and so this is probably news or something, so this destroys the range for me, so I skip it. Yeah, so I think this is it for this video, but as you guys can see, we had one break even, or actually 3 break evens and 2 wins and 1 -1, and on a, let's say, 100k account with a plus 10 -1, so 9% gain, this is simply 9k. So, and for how long did we trade? Was it, when did we start here? Was it like, was it maybe here? Somewhere here, I don't know. But as you guys saw, I just waited for my specific setup to occur in the market, and whenever the price didn't kind of look good or went choppy, I just stayed away and basically just searched for my own setup to trade. So yeah, patience pay when it comes to, well, I would say basically everything in life. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something, and yeah, I see you in the next video.